tried the job or automated thing, did not work as well. The conversions went down, so we went back to the regular text messaging. But then I found Review Harvest. It worked really well. This is the best conversion rate we've had in a long time for reviews. Our Google reviews have doubled this year. We started with you guys at 50. Now I think we're at 114 now. Hasn't even been a full year with you guys. You guys got all of the reviews we've gotten in 5 years in 1 year.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Built Local podcast. Today we have an awesome guest here. We have Jay from American Home Screens up in Connecticut, pretty far away from old Florida. But Jay, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Clay. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing awesome. I'm happy to have you here. Today we're going to talk about the screen industry, the screen repair industry. We're going to talk about Jay's business, and we're going to learn a little bit more about him. So before we dive in too deep, you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself to the audience, introduce yourself, your business, and kind of how you got started in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to clarify, it's for window and door screens for like in your homes. Sometimes people are like, you do screens. I have a phone. Can you fix my phone screen too? We're like, no, we don't service that. We actually get we actually get some calls every here and there straight from our Google page. They're like, oh, I have a MacBook that has a broken screen. Can you fix it? We're like, no, we do window and door screens. We try to filter it out, but you can't fully get rid of it. But anyways, my name's Jay. I'm the owner of American Home Screens. We do window and door screens. We go out to people's homes specifically, and we do window and door screens. I've been the owner-operator of this business for a little more than 6 years now, located in Bristol, Connecticut. And the unique thing about this business, there's not really any competition out here that does it. It's a very seasonal business, so that is why, but it was super easy for me to get my foot in the market. Most businesses don't have that edge, and it's a very, very blue ocean market over here. Now, you said you're in Florida. It's definitely not going to be the same where you are. There's going to be a lot of screening companies down there because it's not really so seasonal down there, but up here it is.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm imagining, people, it starts warming up in Connecticut, and then your phone starts ringing. People are like, I want to be outdoors. Is that kind of how it works, or what's your season like?
Exactly that. Anytime you can actually open the window, that's when the phone starts ringing. And when you can't open the window anymore, you got to have it closed. It's too cold. That's when the phones stop ringing. Generally, there's a seasonality in the workflow, but there's also seasonality in the lead flow, just like that. Like typically for my business, you're going to get calls every month, but the rate of calls are going to change. You'll go like, ooh.
Yeah.
For the listeners, I just did a graph with my hand.
Yeah.
Typically about like early, mid-ish April, I would say. That's when the on-season really starts. Once it comes, it comes. You know it's there. You know people are calling a lot, and they're not going to slow down anytime soon. But even sometimes like small weather also affects it too. Like I noticed on rainy days, for example, when it's a bit chillier, the phones don't ring as much then. But when it's like nice, warm, and sunny, the phones will ring even more. So we have the macro seasonality of spring, summer, the 4 seasons, but even the micro affects it too. And I wouldn't be surprised if it affects a lot of other businesses as well.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so
pizza restaurants are one that I can think of.
Okay. Yeah, so walk me through how you got into the screen industry. What kind of happened where you're like, all right, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, so no one ever grows up and thinks I'm going to be a screen professional when I grow up. So how I got into screens, it was pretty unique, actually. I graduated high school, and about 6 months after high school, I asked someone that I knew in the local area who I got introduced to during my juniorish year of high school. He's a landlord. He's a property investor in the area near me, quote unquote peak. He owned up to, I think it was about 110 property units, plus he was flipping a good amount of homes as well. So I asked him, hey, I want to learn how to invest in real estate when I get older. I have more the means to do so. I just graduated high school. I have nothing really going on right now, but can I intern for you? And he was happy to do it. He loved just having someone intern for him and learn how to do it. Like, it's not really something you get asked for, especially in that industry. Typically, internships are like college requirements, but I'm going out of my way and I'm asking you specifically, can I intern under you? He loved it. So I spent the first few months of my internship, I was working in his office. I was taking phone calls, basic work, just basic tenant screening. They will get
Yeah.
leads constantly looking for apartments. So vet them out. And if they're good, then we'll make an appointment. And after that, then I worked with this contracting crew. Now, this contracting crew, they were flipping a few of their multifamily properties at the time. Some of them were to be sold and some of them were to be held on long term, which he eventually did sell them off.
Gotcha.
He downscaled a little bit. He didn't want to have that many units anymore, but I
Gotcha.
think it makes sense for him. It's a lot easier to manage and it's more profitable.
Yeah.
But anyways, during my contracting time, they taught me how to do screens. Like they have you do all the crappy work, like the throwing out the trash, go caulk all the bathtubs, oh, go clean the disgusting basement that looks like a horror movie. Not kidding
Yeah.
about that one. In the attic
Yeah.
too.
Jeez, that's brutal. That's
Yeah.
brutal.
Oh, they gave me the brutal work. They were actually testing me, see how long I can endure. They
Yeah.
admitted it after, but they said I passed.
And so you learned how to do screens, and so when were you like, "All right, I'm gonna turn this into a business?"
Well, they taught me how to do screens, and they actually suggested to me after I learned how to do screens, I'd take it as a business. And they explained it to me that they recently had a guy doing screens, but he quit to start his own coffee shop in Bristol, Connecticut. So now they had no one else. At the time, there was no one else in the market that does window door screen repair on site.
Real quick, if you're a local business owner and you want to start getting customers from Google, you know how important Google reviews are. Every week, I talk to business owners just like you across hundreds of industries who know reviews matter, but never seem to have the time or the system in place to actually get them. That's exactly why I've spent the last 2 years building Review Harvest. We built it with a non-tech savvy business owner in mind, so anybody can set it up in minutes and start getting reviews today. It automates the process of getting real reviews from your customers, responding to those reviews, and repurposing them across your website and across your social media platforms. It's a set it and forget it software. You can get it all set up in about 10 minutes and you never have to worry about reviews again. We can integrate into the tools you're already using so you don't have to change a thing. You don't have to train your team on how to request reviews. You don't have to request them manually. You get customers, we get you reviews. It's simple as that. And the first play in our playbook is what we call a review reactivation. You probably have hundreds or thousands of previous customers who loved your service but never left your review. So a lot of times our users can double or even triple their reviews just in the first couple months of working with us when we do that review reactivation.
For them, it would be super helpful because they're contractors. They don't have to waste time taking out the screens, bringing them to a shop, waiting, going back to the shop and reinstalling it. Someone just comes out and does it for them. Done
Yeah.
easy. And the contractors
Yeah.
can worry more about the higher leverage task for them,
Yeah.
getting the house sold quicker. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
And there was no one else that does. So there was a need and no one else that fulfills the need. So that's how I got into it.
That's
And
awesome.
after 6 years, I'm still in it. And there's still
Yeah.
not even any real competition that does it.
Wow. That's awesome. So if you don't mind me asking, what does an average ticket look like for these screens? Are you doing mainly repairs or are you doing a lot of installations too?
Well, so we do rescreening, which is when you have the existing window or door screen frame, but the frame's in good condition. You just have holes in the screen or the mesh is sun brittle, baked, or whatever. You're just replacing the mesh and putting a new mesh in it. Or we
Okay.
do manufacturing, which manufacturing is you're making a whole new frame. You'll manufacture a screen either because it's completely missing or because the frame itself is bent or broken or damaged. So you just make a whole new one. It's easier that way. So the difference for us is, yeah, the rescreening versus manufacturing. Obviously, manufacturing costs more money.
Yeah.
There are also different screen mesh options that we can present to customers. For example, a lot of homeowners, they have cats, dogs, they scratch at the screens, they
Yeah.
destroy them. And that's
Yeah.
the reason why they're coming to us in the first place. One thing that we can do, which we sell a lot of this, we can install what's called pet screen. Pet screen, it's a thicker screen, and this is designed to be scratch resistant up against large dogs. That's
Wow.
one of our most popular screen add-ons. Now, of course, we charge more for that, but it
Yeah.
makes sense to pay the additional to get the pet screen because net at the end of the day, it's going to cost more for us to rescreen your screen again
Yeah. Come out
with
every
or
year.
without the pet screen.
Yeah, because the
Plus your
dog's been.
time, headache, and just another thing to do. No one
Yeah.
wants to do the same thing twice.
Yeah, for sure. So what are your most expensive jobs? What are those normally running? And then what's just a simple repair normally cost?
Yeah. Well, our average ticket is $650. The highest job we've gotten, I think that at this moment is about $6,500. And that was a multifamily complex that we did. But the average ticket does depend on if you're doing rescreen, manufacturing, mesh add-ons, and as well, Clay, if a customer is bringing screens directly to our shop, or if we're going out completely on site to their home. I recently did the numbers. We have a shop and customers can bring screens to our shop. Or we go out to customers' homes and we do a pickup drop off model at this time. I am
Yep.
looking to transition back to a fully 100% on site model next year,
Okay.
though. But at this
Okay.
moment, what that means is I go to customers' homes, I take their screens, I give them to my father in my shop who does all the repairing, and then I'll go back out later and install for them. So they still get the same on-site benefits, but this way it's just easier for the back end to do the work. But we are looking to do on-site. But anyway, if you are a shop customer right now, your average ticket to me is about $280. But if you're an
Okay.
on-site customer, your average ticket to me is about $850.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. And so when was a time where this would probably just be good for you? What's a crazy story or a crazy time that you kind of went above and beyond for a customer, or you had a, a really interesting situation that you had to solve when it comes to screens?
Man, I don't know if I have a very interesting story like that. Most of my work is pretty boring, to be honest.
That's what it's all about in the
I
home
mean, like,
services. It's like the boring work.
it is. It really is. At the end of the day, like local service companies, this is a bunch of boring work. This is not glamorous Silicon Valley work.
Yeah.
But I would say like, some days you work super early, you work super late into the night, and it is what it is. Do
Yeah.
you have to do that all the time? Absolutely not. But it does happen sometimes. And it's the boring, long work like this that makes you stand out from the rest of the people who cannot endure it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So when you were, what do y'all do in the off season? Are y'all like shut down completely and you go on a vacation, or are you preparing for the season? What does your off season look like to try and stay busy, or yeah,
That's a challenging one that we haven't fully solved yet. At this moment, we just kind of shut down. We don't fully
yeah,
shut down. We still get some calls, and every month there is revenue coming in, but it's like December revenue is far from May's revenue. May, June is
yeah,
like our peak.
yeah,
We are looking to add new services for next year, though. Holiday lights, maybe glass, winter panels, winterization. Those are some ideas that we're floating around and we're thinking of, but they're
yeah,
not for sure things that we've done yet. So as of now, a lot of business isn't just about doing the work. Like you do a screen business thinking, I'm going to do window screens. You do a painting business. You think, oh, I'm going to do painting. You do a review software business thinking, I'm going to get businesses reviews. But there's a lot more to it than just doing that. That's only the technician side of things. There's a whole
yeah,
other compartment to running a business. You got to get your marketing strategies down. You got to get your sales down. If you have employees, you got to get systems for them so that they can run it and not come to you asking every single question so you can actually run the business. Right. And then
yeah,
strategy, thinking where you want your business to go. Like there's a lot that goes into it. And as you get more and more into it, you have a million things you want to do, but there's only so much resources, time, energy, money, and knowledge that your organization has. You can probably realistically only do this much right now. Very
yeah,
little. So you got to learn to prioritize. So
yeah,
we use our off time to build up all of the boring stuff like our marketing strategy, sales, everything I talked about. And
yeah.
then when the busy season comes, that's when we really execute on it and we see how well or poorly it's been going.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, cool. And so your first year in business, you've been in business for 6 years. Your very first year in business, do you remember what were the revenue numbers for your first year in business?
10,000.
Okay, gotcha. And then what are you on pace to do this year? What are you looking at?
This year we're on pace to hit 175,000 revenue. And this is me being the owner operator. I have a virtual assistant who her hours are somewhat seasonal too. Right now she's like 35 hours a week, but she will get dropped down to 20 once the season hits. And then I
Gotcha.
have my father who works for me in the shop doing all the window screen rescreening and manufacturing services. Everything else is on me.
Gotcha. Wow, that's awesome. And so what has been the primary driver of that difference? 10,000 for the first year to now 170 plus this year. What has been the main difference in, you know, in your business? What have been the moves that you've made that's kind of put you in that position?
Good question. I would say every year, every year I've done something differently in the business, right? If you're going to compare my first year in business to current today business, like there's a lot that I've done in between that affected going from 10,000 to 175,000, right? First year of business though, I wasn't fully committed to it at the time because I still had the internship and I was getting paid for the internship. It wasn't an unpaid one, but it was
Gotcha.
minimum wage at the time, which was $10 an hour. They eventually upped
Yeah.
it to 12. But I was doing that and I was kind of doing the screens on the side. But as things grew, I got more branding done. The market
Mm,
started learning who does the screens to contact me as my Google page went up. People started seeing it more and more. Then I was able to start focusing more on the screen side of things. Plus, thankfully, the internship, it wasn't like a regular job where they're incentivized to keep me all the time. They knew I was going to leave eventually, do my own thing, and they encouraged
yeah.
it from day one. It just is what it
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah.
But I would say some, like, if I were to take a few bullet points of what we did to drive up revenue and profit, most importantly, because I have all the revenue in the world, but if I'm not profitable, who cares?
Right. Exactly.
My virtual assistant has been incredible. As a owner operator in home services business, there are so many guys. They run around, they do the jobs all day, but you know what they neglect? Answering the phone. No one
Yeah.
answers the phone as a contractor. Try to call a
Yeah.
contractor. I dare you. Call 10. 2 to 3 might answer. The rest, you might not even get a voicemail back. It's so common in the industry, but it's so common because it's such a fragmented market. Most of them are owner operator and they're so swamped with work, right? But they're so swamped because they don't have the systems to deal with this. So mine
Yeah.
for me was a VA who can answer the phone and she's able to do the estimates for most of our customers, which is awesome. So
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
number one. That actually helped drive up our revenue this year compared to last, just that alone. Another thing is pricing. This year compared to last year, I did not change my pricing at all. I changed how we charge, but I didn't ultimately up the price on people, right? But pricing is definitely another lever as well. In the home services field and pretty much any local service field, there are a few KPIs that you can use to kind of gauge if you're underpricing or not. Because there's a lot of people, they get really sensitive about pricing. They're like, I don't know if I'm charging too much. I don't know if I'm charging too little. I feel like I'm charging too much.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But you can't use feelings to know if you're actually charging too much or not. This is not a
100%.
game of feelings. This is a game of math and numbers. And
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you there is a logical way to determine if you're charging too much or too little so that you can cut the feeling crap right out. And the
Yeah.
answer is a combination of close rate and your capacity. If you're doing jobs, you're booked out for many months, you can't fit anyone else, I mean, that should be a dead giveaway. Up your
Yeah.
prices. You're gonna
100%.
get less work, which is good because you need less capacity. You're gonna stress yourself out, and you're gonna get paid more.
Yeah.
Again, you get paid more to work less. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't want that?
Yeah, right, right. From an employee standpoint, you're like, get paid more to do less, of course. But from a
Yeah.
business owner standpoint, we don't think like that sometimes.
Yeah, business owners, we get scared. We're like, "Oh, well, if we do less work, then less people know about our stuff." And yeah, that might be true at the beginning phase. There's 2 phases a local service business tends to have. We have a growth phase and we have a profit phase. You start off with the growth phase. If you're a recurring service, unfortunately, I'm not. But if you're a recurring service, this works really well for you. And this still works for me. I just can't use the recurring part. You might be charging less, but you're going to get more customers, more volume. You will get more Google reviews out of it, more referrals. But there eventually does come a point where, okay, I'm starting to work 80-hour days. My schedule is messed up. I can't fit anyone in. Now, phase two starts profit mode. Up your prices. You reduce how many customers you have. Now you feel like your life is actually more balanced and you work less and you make more money. Your profit goes up and your revenue, but most importantly, your profit goes up too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, crazy. That's super valuable for people to know because I talk to people all the time that are like, "Oh, I'm so swamped with business. I couldn't use any more, I couldn't use any more customers that I had it." It's like, well, maybe you should raise your prices, because then you get down
Mhm.
to it, like, well, I'm not making that much money, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe double your prices. You'll do half the work, but you'll make more money, you know?
You know how much work it is to get to the point where you can actually raise your prices and not hurt the business? You're at the perfect point where you could do that. You did all the steps. Now you're at the
Yeah.
last step. Raise your prices. You just
Yep.
don't know it, but you're there.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But
And talking
yeah.
about getting customers and getting leads, what's your kind of main source of leads and customers?
Right now, it's my Google business page, to be honest. We get quite a lot of leads from there. And that's probably one of the best things I did when I started the business because I envisioned if I need a screen done, I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to look up window screen repair near me. And of course, I was right. Who doesn't do that, right? Clearly, I was right because we get most of our leads from there. So I would say if you can get a Google My Business page up, granted, remember, I don't have much competition, so it was really quick for me. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, you might laugh at how quick it was for me. I made a website. I don't think I had a Google page at the time, but I did make a website on GoDaddy. Within a day, I got my first lead from
That's crazy.
SEO.
That's crazy.
Unheard, right?
That's insane. I mean, it's like, I mean, you think about it, but it really is. I think two big takeaways that I've already heard from you is like, one, some of it is just keep showing up. You're talking about the beginning, like, the beginning, I just kept doing this year in, year out, and now people know me. More people know me. They keep calling back. They tell their friends or whatever. So you just keep showing up, and then just having the basics in place, having a Google Business profile, having a website. If you don't have those things, they take very little time to do, and they can just send business and customers your way all the time while you're sleeping or whatever. When it comes to your Google Business profile and getting leads there and your reviews and stuff, I think you've been working with Review Harvest for a couple months now, I think 2.5 months or so. What were you doing to get reviews before working with Review Harvest?
Well, before Review Harvest, we had a few different things that we would do. Like in timeline order from about when I started the business to now, no particular point. First thing I would do, nothing, not a thing. Reviews would just come when customers felt like leaving them. And that
Yeah.
probably got me some reviews, but we could do better than that. So the next thing I did, I signed up with Nice Job for a point, and
Okay.
they did okay. They actually got me some results, but they were a bit
Hmm.
costly, so I eventually churned out of them because I mainly also churned out of them because I started sending manual text messages to every customer after, and this actually worked a little better too because we crafted a message to our customers. It kind of tugged on the strings a little bit in like a nice, classy way. It basically says, "Hey, this is Jay with American Home Screens. Hope you like your window screens. If you don't mind leaving a review, letting us know how we did on Google, it'd be much appreciated. And you will let other homeowners know, or you will be helping out other homeowners get their screens done."
Yeah. Yeah,
And we
for
would
sure.
send that message, and that would convert pretty good for us, actually. But then after
Awesome.
that, we signed up with Jobber as our new CRM. Jobber's a CRM for home services. Actually, how we found Review Harvest too, by the way.
Yeah.
We went through Jobber's app store and we saw Review Harvest. I was like, "Oh, let me try it. Looks interesting."
Yeah.
Anyways, Jobber had a automated review system directly within their CRM. It's okay. I didn't love it though because you could not customize the message and I couldn't really do much with it. It was very black and white. You can only turn it on and off and that's about it. The message was very generic. It actually did not convert as well as our text messages. So I tried the Jobber automated thing, did not work as well. The conversions went down, so we went back to the regular text messaging. But then I found Review Harvest in the Jobber App Store, like I said, and then you guys already had a pretty good message, but I put in my own instead, and
Yeah.
then it worked really well. This is the best conversion rate we've had in a long time for reviews. I mean, our Google reviews have doubled this year. We started with you guys at 50. Now I think we're at 114 now. Hasn't even been a full year with you guys. You guys got all of the reviews we've gotten in 5 years in 1 year.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, hey, I think it's been almost 3 months now. So you started at around 50, yeah, and now you're already at
Really? That's it?
160. Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
116 reviews in 3 months. That's pretty strong. I know it's your busy season, but that's very strong. And so, what has been kind of been your favorite part about using Review Harvest, or your favorite part about the software in general?
I mean, you guys do magic on the back end that I'm not fully aware of, but I think you did tell me on either a call or a text before when I was setting up. You know with data the best day and times when to send a review request to customers, and you will send it at those day and times. And also, granted, this is with a time buffer as well. So if I say, hey, send a review a few hours after a job is closed in Jobber, then you'll
Yep.
do that at a minimum.
Yeah.
But if you know not to send it, okay, the job closed Friday at 7 p.m. Let's not ask them at 9 p.m., for example. I
Yeah.
don't know the exact times you send it out. Frankly, I don't care. It works. That's all I care about. But I love that part about Review Harvest too.
Yeah, that's the nice part about if you've sent out over 500,000 review requests this year, you get pretty good data as to what time of day, what messaging, what cadence is gonna actually convert, and so, yeah, we love being able to just honestly just just deploy that in people's accounts without you having to go in and test and split test and what time of day or whatever request the review, and then once we can respond. I think the back end stuff, sure, we can respond to reviews for you, put them on your website, and then we've got a really cool social media posting feature coming out that I'll show you later.
Yeah, when it comes to being a business owner, what's been the lesson or the hardest part of business ownership for you so far?
Actually, I'll get back to that in a second. I want to add something to what you said last.
Yeah,
I am a small business, right? How many
yeah.
review requests have you sent this month? Your software, do you know?
Let's see. We can see how many you've sent in the last
Not me,
month.
you, as in
Yeah,
all of your
yeah.
customers.
How many we've sent in the last month? All of us? Oh man, probably over 100,000.
Over 100,000. So theoretically, tapping into the data stream of over 100,000 review requests sent, you know from over 100,000 requests what works and what doesn't work. You know how long it would take me, a small business owner who's sending, I don't know, maybe 20 to 50 requests a month?
Yeah.
I have not even close to volume.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. And that's kind of what we want to do. I think you've added 33 contacts in the last 30 days, and so it would take you a couple hundred years to get to that 100,000 review request mark.
Yeah, take way too long. Way too long. But
That's all.
one more thing I also like about you guys as well, the payment structure. More importantly, your incentives. Show me the incentive and I'll show you the outcome. Charlie
Yeah.
Munger. I think it was Charlie
Yeah.
Munger. Either him or
Yeah.
Warren Buffett. I'm not sure. But one of them.
Yeah.
Way smarter than I. You guys get paid per review. It's not a flat dollar per month, it's a pay per review, meaning you're incentivized to get us as many reviews as possible. And it clearly works. The conversion rate is better than the nice job.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. That was the whole process behind it. We're like, "Hey, let's just put our money where our mouth is." If we're not getting your reviews, you probably shouldn't be paying, right? And so that's awesome. And then yeah, what's kind of been, like I said, what's kind of been the hardest part of business ownership for you so far, and what'd you do to overcome it?
I would say the hardest part about being a business owner is it's all on you at the end of the day, right? When you're an employee, you typically have your structure. You work 9 to 5, 8 to 4, or whatever. You have your managers in place. If there's ever a problem, reach out to them. They'll take care of it for you, right? But as a business owner, you're the top of the line, meaning you have to have a high level of personal accountability. If you don't
Yeah.
have that, you will not succeed as a business owner.
Yeah, that's gold. That's gold. It's crazy to me that people get into entrepreneurship and owning their own business and don't realize that, right? Hey, the buck stops
Hmm.
with you, buddy. If you're not doing it or you're not holding somebody accountable to doing it, it's probably not going to get done. And so that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. And going back to the screen industry, what would you say to somebody who's trying to get started in the screen industry, or looking into certain home services and they're trying to figure out which one they want to provide? What are kind of the unique sides of the screen industry that you love? And what's some of the hard things that took you a while to learn?
Yeah, I mean, kind of a follow up from what I just said about you need a high level of personal accountability. First off, if you don't have that, don't even bother trying. You're not going to make it. You're going to get yourself burned. You're going to lose money. You're going to get stressed. Don't even try.
Hey, real quick, before we get back to the video, if you're a local business owner and you're serious about getting more customers from Google, I want to invite you to our free school community linked down below. Inside, you'll get weekly coaching calls where I can personally help you one-on-one so you're never stuck wondering what to do next to get more customers. Once you join, we'll give you a custom-built ranking report to show you exactly how you're ranking against your competitors, and then we'll even show you the next couple things you can do to start ranking higher. We do all of these reports manually to make sure they're done right. You'll get our 50,000 Google review script, the same script we've used to help hundreds of businesses get over 50,000 reviews, showing you what to say, when to request a review, how to follow up and get that review without being annoying or awkward. And you'll even get a step-by-step checklist on how to optimize your Google Business profile to make sure you're ranking at the top of Google. Sometimes just making a few tweaks on that Google Business profile can be the difference between never showing up on Google and dominating your area. All in all, you'll get access to a community of business owners and experts trying to grow their business just like you. It's a safe space to ask questions and get more tailored one-on-one advice. It's 100% free. I don't have a coaching program or a course to sell you. Just click the link down below, join the community. We'd love to see you inside.
Yeah.
Now, everyone else that's still listening and you think you have it, you'll find out. But if you are interested in learning more about actually doing the screen business or just getting into home services in general, I would say ask yourself why. Why do you want to do it? Is it money? Is it status? Is it just wanting to build something with your hands? Do you want to scale a big company? Are you trying to prove someone wrong? Is it ego? Is it pride? Be honest
Yeah.
with yourself. Don't give a bullshit. Oh, I think this is the right answer. There is no right answer. It's what
Yeah.
your answer is. Only you can answer it, but be honest with yourself. And I
Yeah.
say this because every business owner will have a hard point. You will get challenged. You
Mhm.
will have troubles. When they come, you need a strong reason why you started. If you
Yeah.
don't, you will probably game over. You don't
Yeah.
win business by being the best. You win business by not quitting.
Yeah.
You win by
100%.
staying in the game. And in real life, that means having profit, having consistent revenue, and not going bankrupt. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
win by being the number one profitable company in the world. I mean, you could, but you don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Just
all
stay in
about
the
just
game.
staying.
That's it.
Yeah,
And if you don't
there's
have a
no
strong reason why, you're never going to stay in the game.
yeah, it's like there's no fourth quarter. There's no fourth quarter in business, right? It's just like you're just always in business. The game's not gonna end. It's always gonna keep going. And if you're in business, you're still in the game, right?
It's an infinite number of quarters. That's it. This is
Yeah.
quarter 3 of 2025. Next year, it will be X quarter of 2026. And it only stops when you're dead or you
Yeah.
retire. That's it.
Yeah,
It's the
for
only way to
sure.
stop it.
Well, going into 2026, what are your goals for your next couple years for your company in terms of revenue numbers and in terms of other goals you have for American Home Screens?
Next year, revenue, I'm hoping to achieve about, I would say within 250K. And next year, we are looking to hire our first on-site technician. So I spoke a little bit about it before, what our business model is. We have a pickup and drop off method. So just a reminder, what that means is I go out on site to a customer's home. I will remove all of their window, their door screens. If they're missing any or the frame's broken, I'll take measurements while I'm there. Then I bring them to my shop. They get fixed here. Then I'll go back out and install them for the homeowner. This method works, but it does have its flaws. You're doubling your drive time with this, and when there are issues with your screens, you got to make another double trip, which sucks.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of
Yes.
time and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So we went this way because at the time in 2021-ish, I was still a small company. It was just me. And I was doing it fully on site at the time. I started this business actually with the Ford Taurus sedan, and then I graduated to a Chevy Trailblazer. They are not
Nice.
glamorous cars, and the first one was only a little sedan, but it got the job done.
Heck yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. But I was doing it. It wasn't optimized. I mean, I had a sedan and a crappy SUV. It definitely wasn't optimized.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would do the jobs fully on site. I would put the screens on the ground and do it. Now, you could just use like a plastic table, but if it's not built to the proper height, then it actually can hurt your lower back because we did use smaller height Like we used a desk at one point. When you lean over and do screens, it actually hurts.
Yeah.
This is what a personal therapist taught me actually. I'll show you real quick. When
Yeah.
you stand, the table should be about your hip height.
Okay.
If it's shorter than this, you got to lean down more and it hurts your back. So have the
Huh.
table about this tall. So the regular portable plastic foldable tables, they're about 20 off head. They're like 26, 28 inches from the ground. But for
Okay.
me, I'm 5'11". I need it to be at 3 feet, 36 inches tall. Otherwise, it
Okay.
can hurt my back. And it probably
Wow.
will for most people too. So we just never built a table for fully on site. At the time, it was just easier to go into the pickup drop off model. And now
Yep.
we've been doing this for, I think it's been year 3 now for a pickup drop off model. But now I want to go back into the on site. So I got to figure out the table situation. We're going to get a van that's fully outfitted for holding all the screen materials. So you got to get long sticks of screen frame. You got to put mesh, spline, your tools like corners. You got to get your hardwares like your plunger bolts, tension springs, pull tabs, butterfly latches, acorn
Yeah.
latches, etc. You got to outfit it for it. And then another thing with the on-site model, weather. Weather throws you off. If it's
Yeah.
raining and you're not prepared to work indoors, you're probably not going to work outside. If
Mm.
it's really cold, if it's snowing, you're probably not going to work outside. If it's really hot, hopefully you're not working outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm looking to buy a van and outfit it so that it can be adaptable, so that it can withstand all these weather issues. If it's really hot, turn it on and the AC will crank. If it's really cold, turn it on and the heat will crank. And
Mm.
have a table that's adaptable, yet also provides the right height so that you're not going to hurt yourself or more importantly, your employees. You want to, just because you're not the one doing the work, doesn't mean you should make your misery someone else's misery. You
Yeah.
want good employees to stay? Don't make them hurt themselves. You
Yeah.
want OSHA to not get pissed at you? Don't make your employees hurt themselves.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So going to the on-site model, outfitting a van to try and get you that 350K revenue mark. What do you think is going to be required from a marketing standpoint to get the additional leads and get the additional customers needed to hit that 300?
I'm gonna have to double my leads basically.
Yeah,
But if I can hire a technician, I spend some time training them up. I'm not the guy that's gonna hire him and throw him to the wild, right?
yeah, yeah,
I know it's going to take constant effort and time for my part to train him up right. And I know there will be issues on the way. And that's okay. That's part of the game. You got to
right.
understand that as a business owner. Again, those who are considering, should I do this or should I not? If you just want to quote unquote hire someone and not manage them at all, don't do this. Being a business owner isn't about doing the job the best and making the most money and being in control of your schedule. It's about being the leader in your company, managing the people, showing them how it needs to be done, right? It's a lot of
Yeah,
work and commitment to do that.
for sure, for sure. And then, so once you get that employee trained up, though, you're going to be able to spend more time on marketing and sales. Is kind of the goal.
Yes, yes, yes. Google My Business does help us quite a lot. So does our website SEO, since we do have a unique position in our market, having little to no competition. Like we naturally get a lot of the local traffic. And I really don't expect that to change for a long time because of the seasonality. This is an industry that is difficult for people to enter into. So I do greatly appreciate the moat that we have. But now, if I were to hire a technician, now I'm going to have more time because I'm not busting my butt all day going out in customers' homes doing the work, especially for my business, Clay. We have a lot of seasonality and lead flow. So I can market in winter all I want, but
Mhm.
that's not what people want. They don't want screens in the winter. So you're going to have a harder time getting a lot of leads in the winter. Like a man's in a desert, he is dying of thirst. Hey, I can get you a 5-star steak for only $10. Hell of a deal, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want water.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
So
Awesome.
because if my time is freed up with the technician during the peak season, which is going to be spring, Q2 of the year for us, if I have more time during that time, my God, I can generate so many leads.
Yeah,
But it's very critical that I spend more time marketing at that time. Otherwise, I might not be able to generate leads for the rest of the year as much. We do get leads every month, but it's the rate of them that definitely changes every month.
For sure.
And then Google My Business, like all the reviews that we get, super helpful. And obviously helps us with all the inbound traffic that we get. Window screen repair near me. Person who comes to home and fixes screens. I don't hopefully no one Googles like that. I don't know. It's a lot of words.
Yeah.
But Google My Business, it synergizes with any other marketing strategy that you do. Any Facebook ads, any organic Facebook posts that you might make, either on your page or group pages. Those work really well. That's actually our second biggest source of traffic. And it probably could be my number one if I put in a lot more work for it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You can also do referralship partnerships, right?
Yeah.
You cold call people and adjacent services to you. So, like realtors, window cleaners, power washers, window repair pros, any contractor who's similar service to you, but doesn't offer what you do.
Yeah.
You make a referralship partnership with them, right?
Yeah.
All of these, and there's so many more things you could do for marketing too. That's just a few. Those are the main ones that we want to focus on.
Awesome.
But no matter what you do, a lot of people might see you on, let's say, Facebook, but then they'll look you up later online, especially in the home service. Some people, they have a trust thing. They want to know
Yeah.
who's coming in your home. I have
For
had
sure.
customers, they're like, I looked you up really good and you passed my test. So here you are.
That's all. Hey, I read all your reviews. Looks like you're doing good, right?
Yeah, we got that so much. We got so many people. I lost count. It's uncountable. So many people are like, I was looking someone up to do our screens, and you guys just had so many good reviews. We decided to call you. Like
It's
you get that
awesome.
so often, but you'll get
Yeah.
that for the people obviously who come through Google My Business. But you're also going to
Yeah.
find that for the people who found you in other streams too. Like I said, Facebook, referrals, etc.
Sure.
They might find you here, but the Google, seeing all the reviews, public, verified by other people, kind of seals the deal for them that, hey, this is a company that I can trust. They're not going to take my deposit and run off and go buy crack
Yeah.
with it. They're not going to ghost me. They're not going to come in my home and steal stuff from me, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
Love it. Love it. Awesome, Jay. Well, close us out with this one right here. What would you tell to somebody who is kind of on the edge about signing up with Review Harvest, or they know that reviews are important, they know that they need some more on their Google Business Profile? What would you tell somebody who's considering it but hasn't pulled the trigger yet?
Why are you on the edge? Just do it. You literally only spend money when they get you a review.
Yeah.
What's the risk reward? Reward, get a ton of reviews. Risk, there is none.
Yeah. Literally. Man, I love it. I love it. Good stuff, Jay. Well, Jay, we really appreciate you hopping on. And yeah, we wish the best to American Home Screens. Finish out the season strong and hit those revenue goals for next year.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Clay. It was nice to be on the podcast with you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too.